Alright, welcome everybody. Here we are in Galveston. Landed here last night, and we're now headed on a very short flight to San Antonio. 200 nautical miles, about 29 minutes. Going to be landing at ILS runway 31 left in San Antonio. So let's get in the let's get up on the flight deck and let's get started. We're using Xbox recording software today just because file size issues make it impractical to use the NVIDIA recording software for a flight of any significant length. Not that this is, but I don't feel like waiting 3 hours for it to upload a 7 gig file. Alright, let's get inside. There we are. And first things first is fix that camera. Okay, let's get started here, shall we? Battery and generators. Fire up the APU. Go through our standard checklist. Don't jump around. Do stuff according to plan. Calibrate the altimeter. Currently set standard 29902. 2988. APU spooling up while we're waiting. We'll get our anti-collision lights on. And
pause system test. Okay.
There's the guy with the voice. We'll set our cruising altitude of 29,000 feet. It's a short flight, but this plane can get up there so fast. So we'll fly as high as we practically can. We'll get our parking brake undone so we can get pushed back here. I didn't formally request pushback, but the ATC is still working, at least in that respect. Silently. Thank goodness. Okay, 29,000 feet, altimeter set, or altitude selector is rather set. And we'll confirm, I'm sure our APU is now at 100%. Yes, it is, so let's fire up the right engine. Okay. Confirm that yes, N2 percentage is coming up on the right engine. Hear it spooling up there. It sounds good. Flight directors are on both screens. Vertical speed will set at 3,500. Eventually we'll switch over to the FLC. I'm not going to do that too quick today. I feel like I've been do it too early and we just get unrealistic climb rates. Speed set at 195. There we go. Right engine still spooling up, 41% on N2. Set speed bugs all on. And nav source FMS, bearing 1 GPS. PFD settings, wind option 2. Go ahead and set. I hear our engine on now. That's good. They're still trying to push us back, I think. I don't know what that's all about. We've had this hang up happen before. Let's do the right engine. Start the left engine now. Make sure that's coming up. Yes, it is. You can see right there. May or may not get any help getting pushed back. We're going to have to re-request it. This has happened before where it does this. Just gets hung up and won't push me back. Irritating. Anyway, nav source set, bearing 1 GPS, wind, pack option 2, parking brakes release, pitot heat. It's a nice day in San Antonio. 66 degrees, clear skies, sunny. And I'm so happy to be flying during the day. 1 notch of flaps. Alright. Alright, taxi light on. Let's get going. Confirm that our... Oh, no, wait, this is still spooling up. This guy's still trying to move us. It's kind of funny. He's just going to keep trying to push us back with no luck. It's alright. We'll do it old school. Alright, Shall we? Let's get going. Okay. Thanks for nothing, dude. Luckily, it's not as crowded as it was yesterday. Almost, I think we just got hit by a car. It's like a nice day in Galveston. This is not the weather that is reported online for Galveston. Temperature appears correct. Sky conditions do not. We're taking off to the northwest on the opposite direction of how we landed yesterday. Came in from the northwest yesterday. We're going to have to stay to the right here a little bit to keep from hitting these airplanes. See if I'm actually avoiding them. No, I'm not. Somehow I get the feeling this airplane isn't commonly seen at this airport. Call me crazy. It's all right. Somehow we ended up in Galveston. Not for long. Oh boy, here we go again. Zoom in here on this. There we go. Yeah, this I'm not saying anything bad about Galveston, okay? But this airport seems kind of run down. I mean, maybe, I'm sure it's not in real life. I was surprised reading after the fact what a tiny airport it is. It's only got 65,000 passengers a year. I mean, that is little. And look at it, it's kind of a dump. Nothing personal, but there's not even any striping. Cracked taxiways. Anyway, sorry Galveston, but we're headed to San Antonio. Let's see, here we are, just about to get on the runway. This is the exact runway I landed on yesterday, except in the opposite direction. Alright, let's get the hell out of I almost said Gainesville. Let's get the hell out of Galveston. At least we've got a stop bar here.
Approaching runway 32.
Okay. Okay, landing lights, taxi lights off, pulse light on, tail flood, and let's get out of here. Over to timer. Start that. Let's make sure it's actually working. Yes, it is. Okay. Make sure nobody's coming. No.
Entered runway 32. 5,700 feet remaining.
Well, hold the brakes here just a little bit. Just to spool up, because it is a short runway. Let's line up. Always reference this to kind of make sure you're where you should be. Good. Looks good here on the MFD, lined up. Zoom out now. Sync, heading bug. Get ready to activate that. Autopilot. Heading is armed. Vertical speed armed. Let's go. Strong crosswind, 12 knots coming from the right. Airspeed's alive. 90 knots. Winds are pushing us. 120, 130, 140, and rotates. Positive rate. Gear up. Autopilot.
Autopilot.
Auto throttle. Flaps retracted. Nav.
Autopilot.
Oh, we're losing our autopilot. I don't know what this is all about. Come on.
Autopilot.
Oh, Christ.
Autopilot.
Oh, shit. Not again. This has happened before where the autopilot doesn't work. And I don't get it. Aha. Now it worked. Man, that's a little alarming when you engage your autopilot and nothing, and it won't, the second after you order it engaged, it disengages. Never want to see that. Normally, you'd expect to see something like that happening in a situation where you're giving an input to the airplane that's not safe, and so it just overrides and says, nope, I'm not going to go to autopilot. But I wasn't doing that, so it's the second time I've encountered that little bug. I don't know what it's all about. Set our FLC now, 230. Hey, anyway, stable climb out. Little bug notwithstanding. Goodbye, Galveston. Well, that is a heck of a climb rate. What the? Let's go check our angle. Yeah, see, our angle of attack's fine. If we were climbing too steeply at an unsafe speed, or rate, or angle, it would be over here in the red, but it's nowhere near it. I don't know if that's just a modeling issue, or if that's just a commentary on the capabilities of this aircraft, that it can climb that steeply. I don't know. Anyway, we're above 10,000 feet now. We'll set our speed at 310. Good. Let's go back out to that outside view. That's a little more realistic there. I'm not quite so sure about that climb rate I saw before, but there we go. Nice passenger view. Beautiful day in East Texas. Alright, while we're climbing, we'll deactivate or turn off. Deactivate, make everything so complicated. Turn off our landing lights. Go ahead and enter, check the plate for KSAT for runway, where we're landing, runway 31 left. So we can get our ILS frequency, which we'll need. Plate for KSAT, runway 31 left. Pulling that up here. 31 left. There it is. ILS, runway 31 left. Frequency is, stand by, 110.9. So let's go ahead and enter that. 0.9. Okay.
Climbing through transition altitude.
Seeing if we've got a VOR. Well, we've got Stinson at 108.4. I've actually landed at Stinson before in the sim. Anyway, confirm our relative altitudes we need at ROTS, R-O-T-T. Take a look here. R-O-T-T-S. Where is it? There. R-O-T-T-S, we need to be at 3,100. And at WAX, which is, where is WAX? There it is. At WAX, we need to be at 2,600. Distance between ROTS and WAX is 7.7 nautical miles, according to the plate. And the distance between WAX and the airport is 5.4. that's good. A 13-mile final. Hey. Alright, so. Climbing nicely through 23,000. She mentioned, Betty mentioned that we were climbing through transition altitude, which is 18,000 feet. So we'll sync this and see, or not sync it, excuse me, we'll just set it standard. Bring that to 29.92. Also on the auxiliary backup altimeter. On a cloud in the sky out here today. That's a good screenshot. Texas. Texas is big. Wow, quite a headwind. Jesus. 98 knots. This is the one thing about heading west. You're often confronted with a headwind. Meanwhile, the approach course for runway 31 left at San Antonio was 308. Airport elevation is 809. Huh, a little higher than I would have thought. 809 feet above sea level. Runway length, runway 31 left, 8,502. 8,502. Yeah. That's nice. 8502. Okay. Actually, get a little more speed out of this, but let's switch over to Mach 77. Let's switch that over to. Why isn't that responding? Oh, it's on this. Set it at 0.80. Excuse me, 0.8. Let's do 0.82. Max is 0.83. This is really going to be a short flight because we're 180 miles from the airport, and we'll begin our descent at 90 miles out. That would be, is that right? 90 miles? Let me check my charts. Yeah. No, excuse me. 97 miles out for top of descent. There's Houston out there to the right, to the northeast, out there. A lot bigger than Galveston, I'll tell you that much. Not much going on though to the south of us. There's the coast. Look at the headwinds. 102 knots. Good grief. Love the way the sun, you see the shadow of the plane on the wing. That's cool. Oh. There's somebody down there, or you can see the anti-collision lights. Oh, somebody else too. This plane, 343 Bravo Whiskey, has just been everywhere. We started off, picked it up in Sacramento. Flew to Maui. Maui down to Tahiti, Tahiti to Auckland, New Zealand, Auckland, New Zealand to Sydney, Australia. Sydney, Australia to Perth. Perth up to Singapore, Singapore to Kuala Lumpur, Kuala Lumpur all the way to Osaka, Osaka to Tokyo, Tokyo to Sapporo on the island of Hokkaido, and from there to Anchorage, Anchorage, we flew. Where did we fly after Anchorage? I got my logbook here. I can actually look. Oh, Walla Walla. That's right. Walla Walla. That was an experience. Landing in zero visibility and frozen fog. Not below minimum has been close. And from Walla Walla to Fargo, North Dakota. Fargo down to Tulsa, Oklahoma. Then to Nashville. Nashville to Cincinnati. Cincinnati to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Harrisburg to Providence. Then last night we flew from Providence down here to Galveston. As I remarked, it's probably the first time that's ever happened. And now we're flying from Galveston to San Antonio. I'm glad to be able to just fly in the day again. Obviously, the closer I get to Pacific Standard Time, where I am, the closer I am in time to the location wherever it is I'm flying. Betty tells us that the ATIS for San Antonio's frequency is 118.9. That's good to know. A buddy of mine recommended ForeFlight, the app, to me months ago, right when the sim first came out, and I can't tell you how instrumental it's been in adding to my enjoyment of the game, adding an element of realism to it. God knows how somebody set up some program that allows it to link the sim's data to the app. ForeFlight is an app that's used by real-world pilots, but it incorporates all this information, which is really handy. It imports the data from the sim to the iPad. I mean, go figure. As if, as far as the ForeFlight app's concerned, you're really in the plane. It doesn't know that it's getting the data from the sim. So I'm looking at this moving map on my iPhone or my iPad app. It shows my aircraft, it shows my route, it shows where I am. You can zoom out, you can zoom in. It tells me distance to destination, currently 144 nautical miles. Estimated time en route to destination, 21 minutes at our current airspeed. Current ground speed, 401 knots. Our GPS altitude, 29,161 feet. Our track, 275. Basically due west. Vertical speed right now 0. Current coordinates 29.56 minutes north, 96.23 minutes west. And it's really fantastic because that provides a lot of useful information to me in executing the flight. Going about, let's start my timer here, 1 second. Hold on. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000, 6 1,000, 7 1,000, 8 1,000, 9 miles, 1 mile every 9 seconds. We'd be going more like 6 if it wasn't for this headwind right here. 101 knot headwind. That'll slow anybody down. But it's an uneventful flight so far, which is the best kind. In terms of hopes and dreams, I am really eager for them to incorporate seasons. I've mentioned this before, but you know, who wants to fly in an area where you know is going to be snow covered, only to find it looking lush and verdant. Kind of kills the sense of realism. $128 miles now. Again, we'll start our descent at 97. And refamiliarize you just in case you've forgotten. Lots of planes in the area. So we'll turn left at KHYI. I don't know what airport that is. Let me look. See, here's a good example of the ForeFlight app being useful. San Marcos Municipal Airport. Looks like the actual waypoint that we're turning left at is Marks, M-A-R-C-S. What the hell is it? Interesting. Marks. Aha! There it is. I didn't think I was imagining that. Anyway, that's San Marcos Airport. I have no idea where San Marcos is, other than I can tell you from looking at this map that it appears to be northeast of San Antonio. So we'll make that left turn at whatever town I just said this was called, and head south, and make a big right for our 13-mile final from Rotz to the airport. KSAT, Kilo Sierra Alpha Tango. Getting close. 116 right now. We'll start, as I said, at 97. Little short hop flights like this are fun every once in a while. You know, last night was 3.5 hours from Providence to 3 hours and 44 minutes from Providence to Galveston. This one's gonna be probably about 44 minutes. That's what I would expect. Total flight time. That is, wheels up, wheels down, I mean. ATC is still talking to us. I just had it muted. As you can see, they want us to descend already. That's wrong. We shouldn't be descending yet. Almost, but not yet. Again, 110 miles right now. We got 13 miles to go. 1 mile every 9 seconds. About 2 minutes. We'll initiate. True airspeed's 492. Knots indicated 333, but our ground speed's 403. You can see right there, 404. Marks is that waypoint I was mentioning over that airport, but I already forgot the name of it. We're 51.8 nautical miles from that waypoint where we begin that left turn. There it is, right there, Marks. So that's 7 minutes 33 seconds to that left turn. 103 nautical miles. So I'll get back in the seat here. Well, I was already in my seat, but I had made myself comfortable. Get back into work mode. Get ready to initiate this descent for what hopefully is a picture-perfect textbook approach and landing. A couple of short runways I've landed at lately, and that always adds to the drama because, you know, you're always aware in the back of your mind you need to fly that airplane and get on the ground. No room, not a lot of room for error. All right, we're at 97 miles. We begin our descent. Switch off of Mach mode. start with 2,000 feet per minute. We'll calculate as we go along. And I just realized we do need to find out our minimums. I guess probably about 1,100. But anyway, let's check on the ForeFlight app. Oh, in addition to providing all that navigational information, it also has all these published FAA plates, so that's really handy. There's a lot of this information you'd have to go digging on the internet to find it. Minimums with this aircraft. Okay, 1360 are the minimum, so it said 1,100. We'll set it at 1,400. Seems kind of high, but I guess it's about 400 feet above ground level. We'll enter on our minimums here. Baro minimums at 1360. 1360. When I press enter, you'll see that pop up over here. Watch. There it is. Okay, we're not descending, which we should be. That was a mistake. A minor one. I don't know what happened. We're going to have to increase our descent rate there to make up for that 30 seconds or so that I thought we were descending and we weren't. It's not a straight-in approach. And by that I mean if we need to extend this, we could always turn left and just buy up a little extra real estate to continue our descent, which we'll do if we're not low enough. Start slowing down here just a little bit also to compensate for that need to increase our descent. I'll set it at 2,800 feet. That's well within the descent capabilities of this aircraft. See, not a dramatic rate of descent from this point of view. As the headwinds diminish, our ground speed will be less impacted. Probably wheels down in about 16 minutes. So this will be a full flight episode. Which, given that no one will ever see, makes it useful for me and no one else. About which I have no problems. 76 miles now. Remember, at 70 miles, we'd want to be at 21,000 feet. We're at 75 right now and at 23.3. So we're looking good. We've more than made up for that, whatever you want to call it, failure to... I thought I had initiated the descent. I went back and looked. I think maybe I don't know. I'll have to watch the video again as to why the descent stopped. Perfect weather. Reconfirm our weather in San Antonio. Right now is 64 degrees and sunny. Nice day. Sunset's 5:37. Humidity 39%. Winds are out of the southwest at 6 miles an hour. Pressure's 2,985. Visibility is 10 miles. So I think that's very good. Shallow out this descent right now. Yeah, I consider that damn good flying weather. At 60 miles, we'd want to be at 18,000 feet. We're at 19.5 right now, 19.4, and 66 miles, so we can shallow out even more. Set it at 1,800. airport out there. Keep our airspeed up for now. It's not going to be in range yet, but we'll go ahead and switch bearing 1 to nav 1. So we have ILS information once we get in range. "62 miles and 18,000 feet."
Nearest altimeter 2985.
Set our descent now at 1,500 feet per minute. Betty says the nearest altimeter is 2985. Let's sync our altimeter and find out. 2987. Very good. Then 200ths an inch. Man, is it beautiful. Really clear today. Unless I've got a weather glitch. Okay. Just about to Marks. 49 seconds from Marks. Make that left turn. Start heading south towards the airport. 57 nautical miles from the airport. At 50 miles, we'd want to be at 15,000 feet. Which we're not going to have any problems with that at all. Change our descent now to 1,200 feet per minute. Really looks good. I mean, I think it looks good even when you get closer to it, but from high altitude, it is truly, really impressive scenery. Gotta start slowing though, unfortunately. Can't be doing 315 knots below 10,000, that goes without saying. "52 miles and 15,400 feet. Perfect. Just by a nice, slow, steady 5-knot increment deceleration, we can hopefully avoid the landing gear alarm, which is very annoying. Haven't decided where I'm staying in San Antonio, but wherever it is, it'll be nice. Suppose we could. I think I want to stay at the Mokara Hotel and Spa. Mokara. That looks good. Mokara Hotel and Spa. All right. Note to self. All right, keep our slowing going. Another left turn coming here in a moment. Never did turn the bank angle limiter on. Don't need it anymore. We'll turn left at Braun. See there, Braun, or Braun, as we'd say in German. 4 minutes and 41 seconds. Now from the next waypoint, which is Wax, W-A-K-K-S. Continue slowing. Beautiful. Wow. 43 miles and 13,300 feet. With 1,400 feet. Little airport down there. KBAZ, I should think. KBAZ. New Braunfels? New Braunfels Municipal Airport. Braunfels. Okay. We do have ILS information now. IIZR, India Zulu Romeo. Sorry. That's great news. 37 miles, 12,000 feet. Increase our descent rate and continue slowing. Need to be below 250. At 10,000 feet. We're at 11.7 now, descending. Managed to avoid the dreaded landing gear alarm so far, knock on wood. We're gonna have to fix our eye point here in a second, but okay, we'll keep slowing. 10,600 feet, 33 miles. A little bit high. Now set at 250. We're legal airspeed wise. Now below 10,000. I'm actually going to shorten this a little bit because we don't need to go all the way out here. We can just head straight this way. So let's sync our heading bug, activate heading mode, start our turn now as opposed to traveling all this way. We can cut a minute or two off of this trip by turning now. Jesus. That'll save us a little bit of time. Continue slowing. All right. Definitely start getting your hands full when you're managing a descent. We're at 25 miles. I'm showing 17 miles direct, but we're not flying directly there. We do have ILS data, so let's switch this over to nav1. There it is. That looks good. Keep slowing. See what we're doing here. We're cutting this part off. Just saving us a little bit of time. You have ILS information now. There's our glide slope info coming up. That's what you'd want to see.
Landing gear.
Ah, heartbreak.
Landing gear.
Here's air brakes, or speed brakes rather.
Landing gear.
Just gonna have to endure it, my friends.
Landing gear.
So 180. Bring those up. That's okay. Keep a right turn going now, so we don't have to turn too steeply to intercept that localizer. Kind of want to intercept it at a 30-degree angle, which we're now turning to do. Just about where we want to be on the glide slope. One notch of flaps. Landing gear. I mean landing lights rather. Okay, showtime. 14 miles. Just about to turn right to final. I'm kind of handling this approach myself as opposed to letting the autopilot do it. Well, sort of a hybrid myself. I'm inputting the turn data. Okay, as we're just about to intercept this line right here, I'm going to turn on APPR, and it'll grab the approach. At least in theory. Shallow our descent right now to let this green diamond come down, and hopefully we'll grab that glide slope. We're going to know here in about 30 seconds. Should be starting to turn right. Come on. Don't disappoint me. See the green line moving? Nope. Nothing's happening. That's not. That ain't good. Try it again. Nope. Okay, I don't know what's going on now. Is it forgetting bud? You know the approach course is 308. Now we've overshot slightly, so we'll turn more than 308. Our altitude's fine. I can see that on the confirm nav1. No. We're okay. Another notch of flaps.
Landing gear.
And gear.
Landing gear.
We're okay still. I just we're not having any luck grabbing the. There's the runway. Not having any luck grabbing the glide slope, which is strange. I'm usually pretty fortunate when it comes to that. We're okay though. Full flaps. I just don't know why it's not. Airspeed's good. APPR. Nav. Now it's working. Interesting. It's almost like you can't press APPR unless you do so coming from nav. If that makes sense. In other words, I was trying to press APPR off the heading, and you need to do it off of nav. Interesting. That's a valuable lesson. Set at 150. Still got plenty of time to get lined up here. 8 miles from the airport. Winds are 28 knots. Let's keep our speed up. Looks good. See the flaps deployed there. Looks really beautiful. Look at that. Screenshot. Alright, now we're in good shape. On the glide slope, I would point out now. So we solved that problem. There's a runway. I see 1 wide, 3 reds on the poppy, but we're not landing on that runway. We're landing on this runway. Interesting. Our CDI should not be here. It should be here. Let's check something. 31 left I entered, right? 31 left. 110.9. Let's check this real quick. 110.9. Well, we are not lined up with the correct runway. We're lined up with you can see right here on the CDI it's not aligned quite as it should be. don't know if it's attempting to. Let's keep that speed a little higher with this kind of wind. Oh, it looks like it's lining. Oh yeah. Okay, now look. See, now it's lined up. Took its own sweet time about that though. Got 2 whites, 2 reds. Looks good. Yeah, it looks great. Okay, auto throttle disengaged. Calibrate the throttle now.
2-mile final runway 31 left.
Winds have calmed down a little, 10 knots now. Slight crosswind. 9, 8. Pop up in our seat. 7, good, winds are diminishing nicely. Coming straight at us now, 5 knots. Beautiful, crossing over this freeway here.
500.
Okay, autopilot disengaged.
Autopilot.
I have the airplane. Trim it. 2 and 2. 3-1 left, confirmed. Middle marker indicator. Come on. Floating along here. Nice bounce. Kind of wrestled with it there, keep it on the runway, but it worked. Whew! All right. I don't know if I'm left or right. Left. Okay, good. All right. Okay, well that had a little bit of everything for this little hour-long episode, didn't it? Okay, we're off the runway now. Well, those engines spinning, that's sweet. The tracks, spoilers. Oh, I can't control it. No, yeah, I forgot. There they go. And flaps. There they come. Okay, last but not least, let's turn off our landing lights, taxi lights on, pulse light off, and let's get over to parking and stop our timer. Stop. There you go, 45 minutes. That's about what I said. That was great. I enjoyed dealing with that challenge about with the failure to intercept the localizer, but it was fun to solve that problem. Back in San Antonio, I was here weeks ago in the TBM at Stinson. I also cannot wait for them to get the instant replay function going, because that was one of the best features of FSX, was being able to watch your landings. You know, after you're done, pause the game or whatever and go watch your landing. You could watch it from the tower view, you could watch it from the passenger view, you name it. It was fun. It was a fun way to do it, to experience the game. It's like we're on the ground here. It's let's see, it's 2:53 here in LA. So just shy of 5 p.m. 4:53 San Antonio time. All right, let's get parked. This is a much bigger airport than Galveston. I'm not going to be crashing into Cessnas on the ground. See if we get any help today. We didn't have any at Galveston yesterday. Nobody to help us park. Nobody. Let's see where they're putting us. I see our square. They have interesting approaches to some of these parking jobs. I don't know why I need to go all the way over here. Okay, here we go. All right. Imagine having to dodge all these airplanes. There's our flashlight guy. There we go. Almost had it. Parking brake. Forgot to depressurize. Okay. That's it. That's it, my friends. Safe on the ground in San Antonio. Nice 45-minute full flight episode. Let's wrap this up. Gens and battery. No logbook page today for us. Good enough. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching.